Welcome back to the National Preparatory Association. Tarek Spate, joined with KP Kenneth Pennell. He knows a few people.
I know a few people. It's funny, we're just talking. I know Bramble, I know Huggy, I know a few of these guys. So,
Coach Tyrone Bramble, head coach of Crestwood. Big Mike Frazier, assistant coach. This Crestwood squad is proving to be in that top 5 range in the country. Early in the season, they suffered a defeat against a strong edge Trent team
that we watched earlier.
And now they take on another strong team in Fort Erie. Head coach Steve Houston. Another, I believe, a top 5 team in the country. And it's great when you see them go head to head.
Good offense. That looked like good offense early.
We are at the charity stripe. Crestwood at the charity stripe.
Hey, these guys look like grown men. I don't think I'd want to be out there playing with some of these guys.
A lot of size, a lot of length. Sader Serbilis in black. 6'4", 6'5", guard, wing type. Got him top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
Very physically gifted, looks the part of an XL.
He definitely looks like an MMA guy.
He's got a couple of Division I offers from high major to mid.
Okay.
Arizona State after him. Another Montreal kid.
Wow.
You know, when you think about talent in Canada, you got to look at Ontario, you got to look at Quebec in the same breath.
It's same like that on the girls' side too. You know, I found some
makes sense.
Some hidden gems out there in Montreal, and you know, I had to learn what the CJEP system was.
Right. Me too, you and me both, brother.
But now that I understand it, you know, you're getting a more mature kid when they come into college.
No doubt. Shabola with it. Point guard there from I believe also Quebec. Christophe Shabola.
That's another thing I love about your league. Like, you got kids from everywhere. I mean, you know, we mentioned a kid from America, you know, playing over there too. So it's good to see the progression of what this league has meant for basketball itself.
Got South Sudan, you got Australia.
Wow.
Got a couple kids here for Coach Bramble in Crestwood, Mangok Lock, South Sudan via Australia. Same thing with Arik Peck. Played a year or two in Florida last year. Came to Canada, and I mean, you're talking about number 4, 6'7" forward, freak athlete, high major NBA level athleticism.
Okay.
And you'll probably see a couple highlight reels in this one.
Well, I was watching warm-ups, and they were attacking the rim pretty well.
Now let's see if they can translate it. They're putting full court pressure on. It's the first full court press we've seen since the last game. Colton Crowdis, number 5 in white.
Oh, wow. Good move.
Main commitment there. 6'1" PG, Bashir Nagala. He's headed to Maine next year.
Okay. So what you're telling me is it works.
It works.
It works.
If it works, it works. That's what I always say.
It works.
And you know what works is the cooperation between program and league.
Yes.
That's what makes a league, is this level of cooperation, respect, mutual respect, appreciation. We all have a role to play. And So far, so good.
Yeah, listen, the respect piece is half the battle right there. Once they understand you're coming into an environment that's conducive to what you're doing, you know, everything else should work out pretty well. We can figure out the small things like the schedule and putting the kids on the radar, but the most important thing is cooperation.
Yes.
You know,
And that's built off of, I believe, values,
absolutely,
culture.
absolutely.
And I think it's our job at North Pole Hoops to make sure that we do a better job and keep improving on communicating what that means.
Yes.
That's why if you look around, the gym, you'll see different signs. Be selfless, basketball family, dogs only, game speaks, you versus you, go above and beyond, apply positive pressure. All this messaging is what we want to see from all of us. 3 ball, not gonna count, but it's nice to see he can shoot it. That's Mangok Lock. I think, you know, we have a responsibility as leadership when we say the standard is the standard. We have to explain, what does that mean?
Yep.
What does that look like? And really be definitive with it.
Yep.
And then once we all know what that standard actually tangibly looks like, now we can all pursue.
Now we can all make it a big pie. We can make it a big piece of pie and we can all share in it. And the 12 is a nice 7-footer.
Also, KP on the 40 roster, 7-foot Matt Dan committed to Sam Houston State.
Okay.
So 2 D1 commits for Fort Erie. Nice outlet pass. And the little putback.
Who got the credit for that one, I wonder?
That is a great question. We'll have to go to Swish App.
Swish App.
To check out that one. You know, you mentioned it earlier in the last game. The referees have been letting the guys play.
Yep.
And I don't mind it, you know, as long as it's consistent and managed. I would prefer that over calling and slowing the game down.
Absolutely. Ooh.
It's a tough fall right there. Looks like he may have landed on his backbone.
Yeah.
Think he might need a minute. He looks all right. And he is back like a jumping jack.
Hey, when you're built like a MMA fighter, you know, woo.
Gets back on the floor just to make sure he's getting checked out.
Make sure he gets checked out. And
when you're built like an MMA fighter.
Pop up from things.
Okay.
If that's me, you have to call the ambulance because I'm not getting that.
You know, the Montreal kids are known, is another one, by the way. Fort Erie does a great job of recruiting that region. But they're just known for their toughness. That's their brand of basketball. They're gritty, they're tough nosed, they're defense first. And there's actually three Montreal Cats on the floor right now.
Okay.
The Gala just got subbed out. I want you to see this kid, Paramis Nalandu. Plays for Fort Erie Charles, heads to Macros' team. High major, no-brainer, potential pro.
Okay.
You're talking about a guy that's 6'1", 6'2", PG. When I see a guy or girl, any level, pick up full court defense every possession, sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up. so speaking of your pros, tell me about some of the pros that's come through.
I mean, you got guys like AJ Lawson that played in this league. You got guys like Josh Primo was a lottery pick. Jamal Murray. Before this league existed, we had our exposure camp circuit, so he's an alumni through that. Shea Gilgis-Alexander, same thing. Delano Banton. As time has progressed, our ecosystem has widened a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot, because of the leagues.
Yes. Right?
So we used to be exposure camps, we've transformed to exposure leagues based on the needs of our community.
Okay.
And so, yeah, there's last I checked, 13 NBA alumni that have walked through. of the 21, as of this season, there's 21 Canadians in the NBA. There was actually 28 last year, but guys either on two-way contracts or play overseas they chose. Because, sometimes I don't mind a kid that he's try the G League, try to get to the NBA, but eventually you gotta go get your money.
Yeah, you gotta go get your money.
You're going to end up get paid $70,000 in the G League, or 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 elsewhere in Europe.
Yeah, the dollars got to make sense.
And it's not a bad deal to go live in Turkey or Greece or Spain and make see the world.
But that's the one thing about basketball people need to understand. That little orange ball can take you all over the world, man.
I'm so grateful, man.
You and I are a testament to that. I've been everywhere just because of that little orange ball.
So grateful for the game, and was able to see Africa. Who would have thought I would be in Rwanda? I was able to see. I'm actually going back for round 2, Saudi Arabia, Dubai next month.
Wow. Looking
for some more talent out there.
Yes.
And continue the mission.
You're going to have to put me in your suitcase one of these days.
It's going to happen, my friend.
And take me with you.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when now. What we want to be able to do is, hey, let's go host a camp in Africa. Let's go host a camp in the Middle East, girls and boys.
Yes.
Identify some top talent, help get them some scholarships, bring them over to North America, and get them through the pathway.
Yes.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. And then I'll know a few more people.
You know a couple more people around the world?
I'll know a couple more people. Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to, do what you love. And even with this opportunity, I tell people all the time, my degree is in mass communications with a specialty in radio, TV. And I haven't done live broadcasts in over 30 years. So having me doing this again makes me feel like I'm at home again, because this is something I went to school for.
Back in your elements.
I'm back in my element. I can talk my little junk.
Yep.
And still, have a lot of fun doing it, because guess what? It's basketball in the end.
Absolutely. And then, the last 2 possessions, you had Anthony Ponga, also a Quebec product, 6'4" guard, 2026 class. Hit that 3-ball. Earlier, you saw Colton Crowdis, number 5 in white, with a beautiful finish.
Yes.
White chocolate, we call him. He's got that swagger. He's crafty. I mean, he does so many things with that imagination of his. Son of a coach as well, Bill Crowdis, coach college here in Canada. Good block. Yep. But just mental fortitude right there.
Yes, relentless.
Maine got a good one. The boys over at Maine, shout out to Chris Markwood, Rob O'Driscoll. We've been working with Maine for over 10 years. And I mean, they got like 4 or 5 Canadians over there right now.
So tell me a little bit more about your relationships, and then I'll speak on mine when it comes to, the college coaches and the scouts that you deal with.
For sure. And when we started North Pole Hoops in 2011, so it's now been 15 years of relationships, building, traveling, consistently seeing people. I mean, so I'm pretty confident I can call almost almost every D1 program in the country, and they'll not just pick up, but we'll know each other, and there's that respect as far as information goes and helping kids. So I'm grateful for that. And also, what happens is, and I always say this, it's about the marathon, not the sprint.
Absolutely.
And in that marathon, you need stamina.
Absolutely.
And so when people have 15, 20, 30 years of stamina, everyone knows everybody.
Yes.
So what I've learned through my relationships is there's guys that we started together in the industry, and now they're head coaches of high major programs.
Yes.
And it's just love. It's brotherhood, And because at that point, everyone knows everyone's motives and whys. As Lana Agbalis finishes, he's one of my favorite, number 12 in white, one of the fastest rising forwards in the country.
Yeah, it looks like he's a high energy guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Does a little bit of everything, inside game, outside game. The effort is there. He's trying to cover all sorts of ground, gets the rebound, is rewarded for his energy effort. But watch him start the break a little. I love a versatile 6'8" forward. He got it back to the basket game to shoot the 3 with consistency. That's Lana. And he's been in our ecosystem for 3-4 years now.
Wow.
Going up the ladder of the different. This is the first time we see him in the NPA.
Okay, great. What year is he?
He is a 2025.
Okay.
One of the best available forwards in the country.
Well, he's got a few college guys in here looking at him, so.
Absolutely. And more than a few watching online as well, and that's the beauty of the broadcast.
Yes.
We got college coaches watching it, and they'll be texting me on the side.
That's great.
Asking questions, and we gotta leverage our technology.
Yes.
Live broadcast, live stats. You're hearing this, you can watch and track live stats all season long, leaderboards, points, rebounds, assists, heat charts, all sorts of stuff.
And you guys do a great job with social media too. Now that I'm a fan more than anything that I've watched.
You're a Swiss Army knife, is what you are.
I've seen how you use social media to promote some of these kids and to promote the league. And I find myself retweeting it and people asking me about, okay, what is this, KP? And
what's going on up north?
Yeah, and it's my job to just be an advocate, not only for the league but for these kids.
Absolutely.
And I really like what you said about you can call a college coach and they're going to pick up. I'm very well versed in that also. If I call a college coach and to me it doesn't matter if it's high major, low major.
Right.
They're going to pick up and they're going to want to talk to me more than anything because
they need the information.
They need
their
the
job.
information. They need the information.
Tight game in the first quarter here, under a minute to go. Chabola with the finish. Reverse makes it 16-12 with 37 to go. This game can go either way.
Yeah.
I expect it to be tight all the way through. There are at least 7 Division I players between these two teams.
I can believe it. I can believe it. If you got the eye, you got the eye.
This is the best of the best that Canada has to offer. So for college coaches that come and watch these games, they're seeing the best, right? And it's all concentrated. So every game, even that last game, right? It wasn't a tight one all the way through, but you still got to evaluate the talent in a meaningful way.
And like I said,
it wasn't like a blowout.
I like to see what's going to happen during adversity.
Absolutely. Sater Serbilis for 3, no good. Nice
Offensive
finish there.
rebounding.
Yep.
Hustle plays. Who can get me an extra possession?
And that kid stood out. Mateja Moravcevic, 6'4" guard. He had 6 threes, 18 points.
Wow.
Established him as a sniper, but also what he's established himself as is a effort guy.
Yes.
And you saw that in that last play. That made it 18-15. We'll take a right. It's paid dividends for them in terms of recruiting impact players that you might be a kid in Chicago, same level of talent in Toronto, say Chicago, New York, LA. A kid that was from there might have 10 offers. Here he might have, in some cases, none. Or 1 or 2, so you can come in and get a quote-unquote steal.
Yes.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in across the country.
My first men's broadcast, so I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you'll invite me back.
Oh, you got an open welcome every time. The door is wide open. Anytime you're in the city, or anytime we're stateside now.
Yeah, we're gonna make some magic happen.
We're gonna make some magic. We're gonna have a pick and roll, pick and pop. Linda. Oh,
wow.
Nice rebound there by Sater. Slides above. No good on the finish. Right now, both teams are getting a little bit sped up.
Yes.
Getting a bit sloppy. It's going to be the first team that kind of gets that composure that we saw from Edge in the last game. to get the game under control in their favor.
I love their plays. They're running their plays to perfection. And that's a direct result of coaching.
Absolutely. And I was saying earlier, like the value of a true coach by definition is a mentor, a big brother figure.
Absolutely.
Someone that's, or in some cases even a father figure.
Yes.
That is going to make an everlasting impact in your life.
Yes.
By teaching you the fundamentals of the game, but the fundamentals of life. It's all translatable. And that's what I appreciate, is that coaches that are really there to help these kids, and you'll have a lifetime relationship with them.
Absolutely.
And I believe we have a ton of that here in the NPA. Bam! Seder Servilis kisses the sky, hits it with a 3-ball.
Looks like another one of those MMA guys playing basketball.
Is this the NPA or is this UFC? Are you Dana White?
Man, these guys are physically fit, and looks like, you know, they don't leave any weights in the weight room. They eat them.
And that's what prep is about, right?
Yes.
Prepare these guys athletically, physically, skillfully, academically, moving them up to the next level. So these programs are both doing a great job. Back-to-back, Seder, Servilis. Très bien from Montreal. Très bien. Those probably like 2 of the 10 French words I know.
Hey, listen, I took French for 3 years in high school, and unfortunately, all I know are the bad words.
Usually how it goes.
That's usually how it goes.
Nishan Singh with the 3-ball, tries it, no good. Good second effort there.
The effort.
Wow.
Look at the effort.
Wow.
Look at them on the floor.
Motor. The motor man.
Everybody's on the floor. I love it.
Got to shout out Lucas Sinda. His motor and his effort, his energy has been a massive impact so far here early on to keep Fort Erie ahead, 28-24. 6 minutes to go in the half. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, here's what I say about effort.
Yes.
It's become a skill set.
Yes.
And I preach that to kids that, you know, you're skilled, but if you have heart, oh, it's different. I can teach you some skills. I don't know if I can teach you some heart.
Heart you can't teach. Can't teach that.
I love the big men. I like it. Now tell me a little bit about Fort Erie's program. They have 2 teams in the league.
Yeah. You know, as you know, they also have the women's program.
Yes.
Shout out Handle Kip. They're just, they've been building over the last, I believe, 3-4 years. It's a program that's right on the border of Canada, America, right by Buffalo. And good situation, private school setup, great coaching. You know, they've been making waves in a very short time. Really, both sides of the border, but also around the world. They got players from Greece, Lebanon, you know, all over the country. Quebec, as I mentioned, a big recruiting pipeline there. They've really, Fort Erie, and that's spearheaded by a lot of great coaches.
Yes.
Charles Hentumakos has been around a very long time. Actually started off at Bill Crothers, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And that was kind of the first program that embraced prep basketball.
Wow. If you caught that play, he...
Athleticism there for Crestwood is Eric Pitch, South Sudanese background via Australia. And you know, if you know anything about the global game, you know South Sudan is coming.
Yes.
Under the leadership of Luol Deng.
Yes.
I was out there in Egypt a year and a half ago for the Africa World Cup qualifiers, and I saw them play once and I seen enough. Like, I've been hearing about him, but seeing them live, like, they didn't even have all their top dogs yet, but they're long, they're athletic, and they can shoot it,
athletic.
and they're disciplined.
They gave the USA headaches.
Yeah, they gave them everything they could handle.
Like, that might have been one of the biggest upsets ever in basketball.
Listen, programs got to be careful, like, including Canada. Like, you know, there's a lot of South Sudanese Canadians, and they've chosen Canada in the past. But they have options.
Yeah.
South Sudan is an option.
Yeah, they can go home now.
Right. So, you know, it just is a message to say we got to keep getting better.
Yes.
In Canada, we got to keep getting better in America. We got to keep getting better all over the world, because it is a global game, and iron sharpens iron. And it's great for America, and I know they love it when they see USA basketball, these teams competing against them.
Yes.
They got to bring LeBron James and Kevin Durant.
They have to bring the big dogs with them. The Navy SEALs is what we call them. Like, you have to bring
in the big dogs.
Bring in the big dogs, because these guys aren't playing.
What I love about it too, though, and I wrote a little piece that it's unreleased so far, but what I love of what I see with Americans, and not all the time, but like at the highest level, USA basketball. You saw Steve, you saw Tyrone Lue, and you saw who's the third? Am I missing? Tyrone Lue, Steve Kerr, the third coach. Off the top, I'm missing it, but 3 of them are NBA champions.
Yes.
So you see championship talk in the huddle. They're together. In Canada, our next step is getting all the big dogs to work together.
Yes.
We don't have as many, so we can't afford to not have our top talent, coaches and players, working together in sync. And if we do that, then I believe we can compete with the best at a world-class level.
Yes. Yes.
But without that, with what happened in the Olympics this past summer will happen again. Which is we lost. We didn't make it to the past the quarterfinal.
Well, listen, we struggled too as Americans. I mean, we had to have a Steph Curry moment to win it. And, you know, if you're a basketball fan, that moment gives you chills.
Yeah.
Just to see someone who's not big, you know, super skilled, a lot of heart, but, you know, didn't have the runway that some of the other players had. No one, we all knew who his dad was, but we didn't know who Steph Curry was, and he's probably one of the best, if not the best, in the world right now, and absolutely from shooting the ball.
Another one of those generation to generation pass the baton situations. We're gonna pass the baton right now to Tristan Jones, our broadcast operator. Take a quick break. We are back.
Back to live action. Again, I love that the refs are letting these guys play. I like to see the physicality. You know, that's the one way I judge players also, is if they can take the physicality, can they take the bump? Even if you're, you know, a little bit thinner, it looks like that doesn't matter with some of these kids. They understand how to play basketball.
Yep.
And sometimes that's a lost art too. Being skilled is great, but if you don't know how to play the game, then you're in a little bit of trouble.
3 ball there. Onga fouled, and it looks like he'll go to the line for free.
running their offense. I love to see it.
These are arguably two of the top 5 teams in the country.
Okay.
On paper, Iowa United Prep, featuring the big fella 7'1" from Guinea, holds about 20 offers, is Arafan Dayan.
Okay.
So he's one of our African kids, another example of the global game. And then in addition to him, he's kind of their pro-level guy, number 1 player in 2026, surrounded by a bunch of D1 level guys at every position. And then second team, to note, on paper, you got to play the game, coaching, adjustments, is obviously the reigning champions, the NPA national champion, Fort Erie, which play a little bit later on. And I mean, they're just loaded with talent. It's even hard to say who's their best player because every game is different.
Somebody
else. I mean, they haven't even played with their full roster yet. They feature the number 1 big man in the country, Mario Aquentock, offered by Kansas State, offered by Oregon, Arizona State. And then you have Promise in the Land, who I mentioned earlier, new member of the squad. You can go down the list, and I will.
And listen, Promise New Land is a great name.
Great name.
That's a great name.
I told him, I promise you're gonna want to know about this kid if you're a college coach. You got guys like Chris Kumu. You got guys like Tristan Beckford, another guy I feel can go all the way, high major. Iowa, Oregon, Boise State, Minnesota, Mississippi State, the list goes on. So a lot of known guys. Dengen Gore, 2027, 6'7" forward, has a chance to be special. So we'll be seeing him a little later today. They got the El Khatib brothers from Lebanon.
Okay. Got an international squad.
Yep. Oh yeah, one more I wanted to shout out, Eli Jolene. 2026 6'6" guard, also from Quebec. Saw him for the first time. Think he'd be special. Nice pass there. Colton Crowdis. Look.
Beautiful. Is that a lefty hook?
Lefty hook. Number 24. That's the big fella. Oliver Wilson, who's actually from Australia. And he picked up his first offer recently from the University of Denver. Nice to see. Their coach is saying there is some interference. The refs are trying to see what to do about that one. Is that by the book on FIBA? I believe that's legit, though.
I thought it was legit, too. I don't want to speak on the rules that I don't know totally all about, but it looks like a goaltend to me.
I like the energy in the gym. On the other side, we also got action, NPA action, CSJV versus St. Jude's. St. Jude's is the wild card that nobody knows about yet.
Yeah, you said it. You got a couple of kids. You got a kid from the States playing with them, and wanted to get some exposure, came over here, and, NPA has provided a little exposure for him.
And he's provided the performance. We can't do it without that, right?
Absolutely.
He had 36 yesterday.
Wow.
Against this Crestwood squad. Excuse me. He had it against a different squad, actually. Brampton City Prep. And just showcased his athleticism. My man Kevin Phillip was going crazy on the broadcast.
Yeah, I caught
losing his
Kevin.
mind on there. Sam Houston State, Matt Mann, 7-footer, tried to clean that up with a big-time putback. Needs to get stronger to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice move. Spin to Linda.
Good move.
That's how you attack the rim, boy.
That's what you call a fast break.
Yes, sir. Keep it simple, move that ball. Lucas Sinda has been an impact player in this game.
Ooh, in and out.
steps back. Sater serve.
Wow.
Billis.
That's his third one of the game.
Hey now, he's trying to show us, I got that 3-ball.
I got it.
Which is a relatively new note to make here. If he can hit that with consistency, look out, because he's been known as a downhill guard, finish with strength. So changes things up when you can shoot that 3-ball.
Absolutely.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered platform designed to provide maximum exposure and growth opportunities for Canadian basketball at all levels, starting with grade 5 students all the way to the NBA. The foundation of the blueprint begins with our strategic partners, the Playground Global, who provide world-class basketball facility access for Canadian platform for club programs all across Canada.
NPA Season 6, Session 2 of the 24-25 season. 2 heavyweights in the country, 2 top 5 teams going at it. Crestwood and Fort Erie. KP, talk to me. What did you think of the first half? What are you seeing?
Great execution, physical play, a lot of talent.
No question.
I am super impressed by, you know, every aspect. The refs have let them play. Funny thing is, I haven't seen anybody cuss a ref out. No parent cuss a ref out.
That is honestly the ESPN turning point right now. like seeing that, you know, because that's something we've been very intentional working on with the referees, with just feedback and accepting feedback and wanting to learn, take perspectives from the coaches, from the league, and gotta credit my guy Dane for managing that. Kevin Phillip, our league operations staff, all being committed to growth, all being committed to making it better, as we discussed earlier. And I appreciate that comment you just made because you're coming at it from an American perspective.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Where I see it a lot.
Yes.
And I tell everybody, I'm watching everything. Because when you go back and report to a college coach, you got to let them know.
No question. Shabola with it, trying to wheel and deal, and they're going the other way.
Hey, and something else, these refs have been good.
Shoot. So again, I appreciate that. That's good feedback.
These refs have been good.
I always say this, KP. When I don't hear complaints, that's a good sign.
That's a great sign.
That's a great sign, you know? And that's
no news is good news.
Exactly. So we're on the right track here. Second half action, third quarter. Nishan Singh. Potential backbreaker right there to put the game within double digits for the first time. Fort Erie up 10 on this Crestwood squad that took an L to Edge now, and they're not used to taking 2 L's back to back.
Yeah, that's a tough weekend.
Crestwood beat a strong West Oaks team from Florida that has several NBA prospects on there and are viewed as one of the top programs in Florida. So just to give you context of the levels. And that's the way I like it. At the top, especially, anyone can be anybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parity.
Both teams running their offense really well. Not quick shots, no quick shots going up.
And defensively, Fort Erie has really turned it up, especially in the second half, but I like their energy even in the first.
Yeah.
Defensively, nothing easy.
Good move.
Cheer to Gala.
That's your main commitment, correct?
Yes, sir. The Maine Black Bears got another good one from the north. 6'2" PG, relentless on the attack, loves to go downhill and finish at the rim as we saw.
Great move, great block.
Oh, wow. Ain't nobody home there. Another good defensive play on both ends, high activity level. Been a bit of a grind out game. Both teams, I don't think any team has gotten like a true offensive flow we saw with Edge last game. Oh, nice finish there.
Great finish. Through contact.
But both squads have that grit, that toughness, and then they have also the physicality to match that in terms of talent.
Again, they're attacking and attacking. Love to see it.
Good, thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Just saying hello to a parent that her son's been in the ecosystem for the last several years.
That's great. But again, that's the family atmosphere.
Absolutely. I mean, some of these kids we know since 7th grade, 8th grade, you know, just kind of moving up the ladder.
And that's the piece of it that I enjoy, getting to see the kids. And some of them, you see them in the 5th grade, and now they're in the NBA.
Absolutely. And then they come back. And then you see them in the gym, and the kids are going crazy because they were there where you want to be. It's just inspiration, you know?
It's called paying it forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're fortunate here, you know, thanks to the playground, Burlington. This facility acts as a bit of a mecca for Canadian basketball. We had Kia Nurse in here a couple days ago.
Okay.
She works out here. I believe she recently retired, but she was in the gym getting shots up with her trainer, who's my boy, my former teammate, Justin Alleman. And, you know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you'll see him in the summer here.
Okay.
You know, different guys have come through, Shaden Sharp with the Trailblazers. Nice finish there by Nishan Singh.
Hey, he started the second half, and he's hit a 3 and hit two-point field goals. He's come in with a purpose.
Nishan Singh, I've been seeing his graces since last season. You know, a guy that's at 6'3", 6'4", kind of combo guard, playmaker, can knock down the 3, can attack. Very disciplined, has been working on his body. And he's a low turnover guy. Protects the ball well, nice screen there. Tries to kick for the 3 ball. Oh, another nice pass. Good team basketball right there.
They are running their offense to perfection.
Very selfless, as we see in the corner. They are taking on NPH culture, Fort Erie culture. I just love how basketball and life are literally parallel with each other.
Oh my goodness, it's just like basketball teaches so many life lessons, and when I go around and speak, that's what that's my approach. Like, you can learn so many lessons being on the court.
I mean, it was a cool experience yesterday when we were together at the Chris Smalling tournament, and we connected with your boy over there at Michigan State.
Yes.
And that's what we were talking about, how, you know, I got inspiration from Tom Izzo at his practice.
Yes.
And how about team dynamics, tried taking those same team dynamics of chasing championships and implementing it into an organization.
Absolutely.
And he was telling me how Izzo, he'll peep into nice move there, land on the attack. I love that, pump fake, goal, sweep and goal. Like, such basic things that if players can have their arsenal.
Fundamentals.
Fundamentals. Mr. Tim Duncan taught us those.
Absolutely.
Often. But it was great because Coach there at Michigan State was telling me how Izzo would come sometimes into the women's coaching staff meeting and say, ask them, hey, need anything? Where can I help?
Which is great.
And I said that is a president, a CEO of a company. He can literally go into a Fortune 500 company and run that no problem. Because he understands that the women's program is a part of the Michigan State brand.
Absolutely. We all need to be good.
Absolutely. We all represent the same thing.
Yes.
And he's been around so long with Michigan State that he treats it like it's his company.
Yes.
And if you go to East Lansing, you see how he's embraced in that community. He's like, he's the mayor.
He can walk into any place and he's going to be fully accepted.
And fed well.
Yes, yes.
Well, actually, my cousins, my family, they own a kind of like an all-breakfast joint called Blondie's Barn. And we always see Michigan State teams come in there. So.
Oh, wow.
Back to the action. 52-40. Fort Erie in control. Mataya with it. On the attack. Nice kick out. Good IQ. Good decision. Leads to a 3-ball.
They have turned it up the second half. Extending the lead to, what, 14 now?
Yep, that was Andrew Ponga on the triple. And you know, I was going back to the earlier point of like the Fort Erie program, the brainchild, or its brain trust, I should say. Charles Entumalos, the head coach of the other Fort Erie team, but they also lead as a collective as well.
Yes.
There's a lot of, you know, people involved. You got Cav, you know, you got the coaching staff, you got Steve Houston. Steve Houston, funny enough, he was coaching in our lower division before he got picked up at Fort Erie.
Wow.
So it just showing you the coach's pathway. And so it's really nice to even see him like climb, you know, and coach at the highest level of grassroots basketball. And you got Darnell Landon.
Progression, man.
Yes.
Never staying stagnant.
Beautiful.
Ooh, good recovery though.
Beat him on the first step, got him on the back end though. And that's not giving up, right? Not giving up on the play. It's that second effort.
Again, Fort Erie is trying to run their offense, and they've been super successful here in the second half of executing and hitting three-pointers. And there's another one up. That was short, but look at the hustle.
Multiple efforts. We talked about it. Oh, wow. Triple, quadruple effort there. Another one, another offensive play.
Offensive rebound.
Coach Houston has to be happy about that.
Coach Bramble can't be happy right
now. Not at all, as you have Bashir Nagala. That's what he does, just relentless at the rim, hard to stay in front of. Chabola got an answer of his own. This game is far from over, but Crestwood needs some momentum, but we're gonna put the feet on the neck.
Yep, right on your neck.
58-43, 15-point game, 2:18 left in the third. Goal mode. We are in goal mode. 58-43. 2 minutes left in the third. Fort Erie in full control. Lana Aguilis, I told you about his ability to hit it from deep. He did it off the dribble there.
Off the dribble there, yeah. Trying to get them back in the game.
That's a big bucket. 6'8" forward that can do that.
Hey,
If I'm a low major, if I'm a mid major, I'm pulling the trigger right now if you can hear this. No.
wow.
Yeah. He'll get it though. First year in the league, this is what it's for.
Yeah. The exposure. You come exposure not to be exposed.
Bingo.
Also love to see that the parents are in here. I see some grandparents in here supporting their kids.
Yeah, got a nice crowd here.
Yes.
I mean, even for the 8th grade squads playing on the court after their game to be able to stick around and see what
like, yes.
That's what I love about it.
And you know, hope that you can get there.
Nice kick out. The second, you know, attack the paint and kick out there. Good decision there by Mattia. Oh, here we go. Airborne. Oh, got ahead of himself.
There's some high level. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Told you that white shot. It's getting slippery when it gets melted. Everything but the finish on that one.
That would have been an ESPNer.
Yes, sir. And they need something to get some, what I call Uncle Momentum on their side.
Get some energy from somewhere. Good move.
Good decision. Attack the rim, get to the free throw line, stop the clock.
They are attacking, and they again, this is the time where, as a scout, I want to see who wants the ball.
Yep. I know. What I'd love to also see is who's going to lead vocally.
Yes.
Who's going to bring the guys in, calm them down, let them know that this game is far from over. Quick timeout. We'll be back. Quarter action is approaching, but we got 32 seconds left in the third.
Great game.
Great game. I think this is the last 30 seconds here can't be underestimated. It could be a momentum shift either way. See how it closes out.
You know, 44 has impressed me with his just basic skills of pump faking, getting to his spot. I'd like to see him get a little stronger.
That's Mattia Moravcevic, 2026 guard.
Yeah, he's got time.
Got time. He can shoot it, and he's like you said, he's got IQ to make good decisions. Simple things like attack the paint, kick out, find the open man. Don't gotta do the home run play, just make the right play.
Pump fake, let your defender go by, easy jump shot.
Behind the back, Bola, Euro, big shot.
Great shot.
They needed that. Cuts it down to 49, 11-point ball game. Here it goes. It's money time. Coming right up. KP, we are back.
We are back, fourth quarter action. Tell me a little bit about your scouts. I do see one of your scouts here, and he's communicating, he's watching games. Tell me how he helps in this process.
Absolutely, that's a good question. So, Joe Musa, part of our scouting team, he's been in this role just over a year, but he's been with the company for 4 years.
Okay.
So he's been able to build the relationships which are key in this game. He was in a marketing role before, so storytelling and things like that, also a part of getting players out there. And now what he does is, and he's in responsibility as Seder Servilis hits his third three, I believe.
Yes.
Maybe
no,
fourth.
I think that's his fourth.
Yeah, you might be right. I love to see that. But what his primary responsibility is, we call it being the custodian of the database. The player database is everything. Information is everything. College coaches have to know what's going on. In our database, we have rankings.
Yes.
Top 100, we're going to extend it to 150 per class. 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. Player profiles include player contact information, academics, the intangibles. We have a bit of a system where we rate the intangibles, communication, leadership, mental fortitude, all those type of things. And obviously coaches' contact, everything that a coach need to recruit a player. Schedules, things of that nature, JUCO lists, Canadians in the NCAA list. As Ponga hits another three, the Quebec boys are knocking it down.
Yes.
You know, there's so much information. Canadian universities, Canadian colleges, the top players at these levels, because D1 coaches are starting to recruit from Canada at Canadian universities as well. And Lana says, I see you and I'll raise you.
Raise you one.
Starting with the offensive flow back and forth. And so, you know, when it comes to like the behind the scenes, nice put back there. And Mangok Locke, he's been quiet. They're going to need more of him. Activity level.
Looks like Crestwood has picked up their intensity though.
No doubt. They've cut it to 12 points, but they're going to continue to need defensive stops. And Seder tried for his fifth three there. No good. They get a stop. Let's see if they can execute. I like Shabola's consistent aggression.
Yeah, he's attacking.
Skates, keeping him backpedaling. It's kind of what Bashir Nagar does on the other side.
Yeah.
Mangok Locke for three. No good. They needed that one.
Yeah. Big lefty. Clock issue. I want to commend your staff too, that you know has not been any of those clock issues here today, and even with it, she's right on it. So that's kudos to your staff and how attentive they are. You know, sometimes you go to these tournaments and the people have their phone to the side and kind of looking at that, but your staff has been on it the whole game.
Yeah, credit to the leadership. My team, they do a great job of, because this group, they're not new to NPA, so they've been with us for years now, climbing the ladder as well as young industry professionals. So when it comes to the NPA, we bring our top dogs that understand the intensity, coaches how to deal with the customer service side, the composure side, not taking things personally, like if they see an emotional outburst, referee, coach. So we try to bring our top dogs to the NPA off the floor, not just on the floor.
How about this? That's exposure also.
Absolutely. If there was one thing that I could climb a mountain and yell to the world, it would be the value that we put on the off the floor side of what we're trying to do. Like everyone can see what we're doing on the floor as a company, but now what we're doing off the floor is creating those job opportunities and creating the platform for these young industry professionals to gain the reps and the experience.
Hey, Crestwood's fighting, but so is Fort Erie.
I mean, they got it cut down back to 10, still in double digits, but they got possession right now. They can get it to single digits. Uncle Mo is coming around the corner, though.
And then you get a little bit uncomfortable.
How do you react with discomfort?
Yeah, who wants the ball now?
Atlanta Agbalise, he's been steady. Shabola, he's been spearheading so far this Crestwood squad.
He is attacking.
Got to his spot, but just was a bit out of control on the finish. Sater, kick out. Ponga, he's been hot. Bang!
He stays hot. I think that's his fourth.
The boys are cooking. Like, that three ball has been, I think, the difference for Fort Erie. They shot it better from beyond the three. Here's an easy transition bucket. Nice.
Come on, man. You got to give me some more than that.
Forces a timeout. We'll take one of our own.
Yes, sir. Crestwood is trying to creep back in the game, man. They're moving the ball really, really well. But Fort Erie's defensive pressure is just different. You know, they're double teaming in spots. They're forcing, you know, long shots. And again, here it is. Shot clock violation. Again, this NPA platform has just been something special. If you are watching, I hope you see this soon in America. We're working on some things, Tariq and I, and happily he's allowed me to be part of such a special event. And I'm enjoying it, to be honest. It puts me back into my, wow, another three-pointer. That's the sixth of the game. I call him the MMA fighter. He is cooking right now, and he's putting people in a chokehold. Score is now 74-56. Fort Erie's extended it a little bit, but Crestwood is not giving up. Back at you, right corner three. Attacking. They're still attacking. Wow. And again, they're letting them play a little bit. I love to see that, because at the next level, it gets a little bit tougher. Kids are a little bit stronger. Picked his pocket. Wow. Hey, if you're 7 foot, it should be pretty easy to make layups.
That was impressive. Just old school one-on-one defense. Defense, offense opportunity. Yeah. Love that by Nishan Singh. Honestly, Nishan is establishing himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the country. You've been seeing this from last season to this season. Effort is always there.
Yeah. This fourth quarter starting to get away a little bit. 19-point lead.
This is one of those games where Crestwood could take this and say, hey, like, we got a lot of work. That's two-game losing streak, which I think is rare for Crestwood, but it's early in the season. These guys will see each other again down the road.
Yeah, might be a different outcome.
I think the 4 Erie guys, it's a bit more disciplined, a bit more tough.
Yep.
A bit better defensively right now as a unit. Well, as they say, sharpens iron.
Yes.
And Sader Servillis, that mid-range, the midi?
Listen.
Talk to me,
He
KP.
has impressed me today.
Wow.
He's got to be teetering on 25 points.
Oh.
Numerous assists.
But I think he's making it a point to display the full arsenal, because the thing that we're used to seeing Sader do is in transition, downhill, attack the rim. What he's been doing in this game is three ball, mid-range, and you know he can attack. So
and deep.
Absolutely, consistently.
What did you say his offers were? Arizona State,
Arkansas State, Eastern Kentucky, Arizona State. A little bit all over in terms of levels.
Yeah. But he's going to school for free.
Last I checked, international recruits, it's over 100K easily. Yeah. So that's like $500,000 over 4 years in scholarship funds. Now there's the NIL.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be an NIL level guy.
Yes.
It just changed the game.
Even with me, I tried to figure out if I had some more eligibility with all this NIL money they're giving out.
It's wild, man. It's kind of like, I look at NCAA now as the EuroLeague.
Yes.
Even if you look at their budgets, they're similar to the EuroLeague. Pro basketball. I mean, again, it speaks to the evolution of the sport and the industry.
Yes. It's 23-point lead. Guys are still playing hard, though, and that's what I love. Erie's going to get some of their younger players in the game. I see them about to check in.
Yep. And Steve Houston has done a phenomenal job of coaching this program. Again, kind of seeing his step-by-step growth, coaching this level of talent and ability. You know, they had a kid last year, 6'2" guard, who went to Farley Dickinson, and I'm expecting like big things for him as a freshman.
Wow.
So, you know, it's that consistency year in, year out, being able to churn Division I talent, high-level Canadian University talent. Colton Crowd has been quiet. You know, I think the big guns on Crestwood, they had an opportunity here against Fort Erie. I think the big dogs on Fort Erie won the matchup.
Yeah, I think they rocked them to sleep today.
Mangok Locke with the finish. We saw him against Ridley. It was a tale of two players. Mangok, you know, he told you about that, what he can do there. That's what we're used to seeing him do.
I mean, wow.
Yes. That is Sader Servillis. Ready for high major level.
Yeah, yeah.
If a mid-major gets them, consider it a steal.
Oh yeah, all conference.
That'll be it. 84-63 for Erie.
Hey, great day of basketball, man. Thanks for having me today.
KP made the trip
man.
all over, from all the way in the south to the north, and now we're gonna go north to the south.
There we
you know
go.
what I'm talking about.
There we go. We're gonna expand this thing, man. This is great. You guys will have me back soon.
Every session. Here we go. Close out. Good afternoon.